Alrighty, guys, welcome. This is Aerostide Jester. Welcome back to our Dominion. Look at the base game and all the expansions. This is expansion number 5, the one that came after Prosperity and before Hinterlands. This is Cornucopia. Cornucopia came out June 2011. It was originally just its own expansion, which included 150 cards and 13 kingdom cards. And the main theme with Cornucopia is cards that are more useful when there's a variety of different cards in your deck instead of just going for the same card over and over and over again. The more cards, the more different cards you had, the more the cards in Cornucopia worked for you. But as you can see, they no longer sell just Cornucopia, and they've combined it with the Guilds expansion. The Guilds will be coming up here probably in a few episodes. But I thought what we do is at least do a live unboxing of this here so you can see if you decide to get the Guilds Cornucopia pack. You can tell you, kind of show you what you got, show you what you're going to get yourself into. All right, as I mentioned, it comes with the Guilds pack, because Guilds in Cornucopia were kind of mini expansions, I guess, or half expansions. You get your little sheet there that has all your different games from Rio Grande. Here's your rule book. Here is your tokens for coffers. During your buy phase, before you buy anything, you may remove tokens from this for +1 money each. So you're going to get some cards that'll let you put money on there for coffers. And then, of course, you have some coin tokens. And then, of course, you're going to have a combination of cards for both the Guilds and Cornucopia. We're going to look at these cards, though, with you guys. And we're going to analyze them and kind of talk about them here. So, once I get everything moved out of the way here. And there we go. All right, so once again, we're in the Dominion Online, and we're going to look at the cards for Cornucopia. So let's take a look at them here. So Cornucopia, you can see there's just 13 cards that came in this expansion. Like I said, it was mostly a mini expansion when it first came out. And then Guilds was also a mini expansion, so they put those 2 mini expansions together in one big box and kind of combined them together. Fairgrounds. So let's take a look at Fairgrounds. So it is it's a victory card. Cost of 6. It's worth 2 victory points per 5 differently named cards you have rounded down. So the end of the game is worth 2 victory points per 5 differently named cards in your deck, rounded down. So if you have 0 to 4 different cards, it is worth 0. If you have 5 to 9, it is worth 2. If you have 10 to 14, it is worth 4. If you have 15 to 19, it's worth 6, and so on. By default, there are only 17 differently named cards available in the game, but sometimes there may be more cards, such as via a Young Witch setup rule or due to tournament play. You're going to use 8 Fairgrounds in a game with 2 players and 12 for a game with 3 or more players. So, by default, you're going to have 10 Kingdom cards, your copper, silver, gold, duchies, estates, provinces. But you could get a few more extra cards in there. So it's going to be worth between 2, 4, maybe 6, depending on how many different cards you get. So that is the Fairgrounds. Let's go to the Farming Village. It is a 4-cost action. Farming Village plus 2 actions. Reveal cards from your deck until you reveal a treasure or action card. Put the card in your hand and discard the rest. The Farming Village. Reveal cards from the top of your deck until you reveal a treasure or action card. If you fail to find one, shuffle your deck. And if you fail to find one after reshuffling, just discard all of your revealed cards. If you do not find a treasure or action card, if you do find a treasure or action card, you put it into your hand and discard the rest of your revealed cards. You do not choose treasure or action. You stop at the first card that matches either a treasure or action. So it's not like you go, oh, I'm going to reveal until I have treasures, or oh, I'm going to reveal until I have action cards. Whenever you reveal a treasure or action card, you will stop immediately, discard the rest of your cards. So that is the Farming Village. Let's go to the Fortune Teller. It is a 3-cost attack action. It is giving you plus 2 money. Each other player reveals cards from the top of their deck until they reveal a victory card or a curse. They put that on top and discard the rest. That, of course, is the Fortune Teller. Each other player reveals cards from the top of their deck until they reveal a victory or curse card. If they do not find one, even after shuffling, they just discard all the revealed cards. If they do find one, they put the victory card or curse card on top of their deck and discard the other revealed cards. Do not choose victory or curse. They just stop at the first either victory card or curse they come upon. So again, you're not choosing, you're just drawing until you either draw a victory card or a curse, one or the other, and then you're going to put that on top of your deck and discard the rest of the cards. The Fortune Teller. Now we're on to the Hamlet there. The Hamlet is a 2-cost action. It gives you plus 1 card, plus 1 action. You may discard a card for plus 1 action. You may discard a card for plus 1 buy. Your first thing you're going to do is draw a card and get the plus 1 action. Then you may either discard 1 card to get another action, or you may discard 1 card to get plus 1 buy, or you may discard 2 cards and get both plus 1 action and plus 1 buy, or you may discard no cards at all. You only gain the extra action or the extra buy if you actually discard a card. You cannot discard multiple cards to get multiple extra actions or multiple extra buys. So it's a one card for an action or 1 card for a buy. All right, so that is going to be the Hamlet. Let's look at the Harvest here. Reveal the top 4 cards of it's a 5-cost action, by the way. And Harvest. Reveal the top 4 cards of your deck, then discard them. You get plus 1 gold per differently named card you reveal. If you have fewer than 4 cards after shuffling, just reveal what you can, discard the revealed cards, and you get plus 1 money per differently named cards revealed. For example, if you reveal copper, silver, copper estates, you would get plus 3, because obviously you had 2 coppers there. Horn of Plenty. Horn of Plenty is a 5-cost treasure. When you play this, gain a card costing up to 1 money per differently named card you have in play, counting this card. If it's a victory card, then you trash the Horn of Plenty. This is a treasure card that you play in your buy phase, but do not get any money for playing it. However, when you pay it, you get a card costing up to 1 per differently named card you have in play. For example, if you have 5 differently named cards in play, you get a card costing up to 5. This counts itself as played treasures, played actions, or any duration cards, such as caravans from Seaside, played on your previous turn. It only counts cards currently in play, not ones that were in play but left. For example, if you played Village from Dark Ages this turn, you would have trashed it, so it would not count for Horn of Plenty. If the card you gain is a victory card, you're going to trash the Horn of Plenty. If you do not play a Horn of Plenty, if you do not have to play the Horn of Plenty, and you choose the other, and you choose the order, you do not have to, let's start again. You do not have to play the Horn of Plenty, and you also choose the order of your cards that you play for treasures. Do not trash the Horn of Plenty if you gain a victory card some other way while this is in play, such as if you buy one. So you only trash this card if you use the effect of it. Alright, Horse Traders is a 4-cost action reaction. Gives you +1 buy, +3 money, and discard 2 cards. When another player plays an attack card, you may first set this aside from your hand. If you do, then at the start of your next turn, you get +1 card and then return this to your hand. That's the Horse Traders. Wow. When you play this, you get +1 buy and +3 money and discard 2 cards from your hand. If you don't have enough cards to discard, you just discard what you can. You still get the +1 buy and the +3 money. When another player plays an attack card before that card does anything, you can reveal this from your hand. If you do, you set this card aside. At the start of your next turn, you return this to your hand and draw a card. While it is set aside, it is not in play and it is not in your hand and cannot be further revealed for attacks. Therefore, it will only work on one attack per round. You can reveal it for an attack and still play it on your next turn. You can reveal multiple Horse Traders for a single attack. For example, if another player plays Fowlers, you could reveal and set aside 2 Horse Traders from your hand, then gain a curse, but discard no cards. You'd only have 3 cards in hand at that point. Then on your next turn, you would pick up the 2 Horse Traders and also draw 2 cards. So, multiple cards that you can play for that, but it only will prevent one attack, as this card is set aside and is not considered in your hand and is not considered in play. That is the Horse Traders. Hunting Party 5-cost action gives you +1 card, +1 action. Reveal your hand. Reveal cards from your deck until you reveal one that isn't a copy of one in your hand. And you're going to put it into your hand and discard the rest. So reveal cards from your deck until you reveal one that isn't a copy of one that's in your hand. Put it in your hand and discard the rest. So first thing you do is draw a card and you get your +1 action. Then you reveal your hand and reveal cards from your deck until revealing one that does not have the same name as any of the cards in your hand. If you do not find one, even after shuffling, just discard all the cards revealed from your deck. If you do find a card not matching any card in your hand, put it in your hand and discard the other cards revealed from your deck. The Hunting Party. So, good way of, again, all these cards are about multiple different cards in your deck, giving you bonuses. So, more different variations, more different cards you have, the more Cornucopia is going to help with your cards. Hey, the Jester, 5-cost attack action. Gives you +2 money. Each other player discards the top card of their deck. If it's a victory card, they gain a curse. Otherwise, they gain a copy of the discarded card, or you do, your choice. So each other player in turn order, starting with the player to your left, discards the top card of their deck. Players with no cards after shuffling are unaffected. For each player who discards a card, if it's a victory card, they gain a curse, and otherwise, you choose. Either the player gains a copy of the card that they discarded, or you gain a copy of the card that they discarded. If a card is revealed for which there are no copies in the supply, no one gains a copy of the card. Cool. I love the Jester card. Awesome. Measure 3-cost action, +1 action. Reveal your hand. If the revealed cards all have different names, you get plus 3 cards. Otherwise, plus 1 card. If there are only 2 or more cards in your hand with the same name, you only draw 1 card. If there are no matches, you draw 3 cards. Only the card names for this matter. Copper and silver are different cards, for example. Both being treasure cards, but they're different names. If you have no cards in hand at all after playing Measure A, then you have no matching cards, so you automatically get plus 3 cards. So, pretty cool there. So, obviously, you want to play this if you can spread out, buy lots of different cards, have a better chance of getting that in your hand. A remake. So, it's a 4-cost action. You're going to do this twice. Trash a card from your hand, then gain a card costing exactly 1 more than the card you trashed. Trash a card from your hand and gain a card costing exactly 1 more than it. Then trash another card from your hand and gain a card costing exactly 1 more than that card. If you have no cards in hand, you do not trash anything or gain anything. If you only have 1 card in hand, you're going to trash it and gain a card costing 1 more than it. If there is no card at the exact cost needed, you do not gain a card for the trash card. For example, you could use Remake to trash an estate, gaining a silver, then trash a copper, gaining nothing due to there being no cards costing 1 in the supply. So, cool. I like that. A remake. And let's move on to tournament. It's a 4-cost action card tournament, plus 1 action. Each player may reveal a province from their hand. If they do, discard it and gain another prize from the prize pile or a duchy onto your deck. If no one else does, you get plus 1 card and plus 1 money. So this is the tournament. First you get plus 1 action. Then each player, including you, may reveal a province card from their hand. Then, if you revealed a province, discard it, and you gain a prize of your choice or a duchy, putting whatever card you took on top of the deck. There are 5 prizes set out at the start of the game. See prize notes below. You cannot take prizes from the trash or from another player. You can only take prizes that no one has taken yet in the game. You can take any prize from the prize pile. You do not have to take the top 1. You can take a duchy instead, whether or not the prizes have run out. You can opt to take a duchy even if the duchy pile is empty, or a prize if no prizes are left. In these cases, you gain nothing. After gaining your card, or not, if no other player revealed a province, you draw a card and get plus 1 money. So this card will play out one of 4 ways. Number 1, if you do draw if you do draw a card and get plus 1 money. So this card will play out if you do not reveal a province, no one else does either. You will just simply get plus 1 action and plus 1 card. And plus 1 money. Number 2, if you reveal a province and no one else does, you will gain a prize or a duchy and draw it, as well as get plus 1 action, plus 1 money. Number 3, if you reveal a province and so does someone else, you will get plus 1 action and gain a prize or a duchy, which will be on top of your deck. Or number 4, if you do not reveal a province but someone else does, you will just get plus 1 action. You can look through the prizes that players have not gained yet at this time when you play this card. So, very interesting. We don't actually, I don't know if we can see the prizes. Maybe if we add it, well, let's finish this up because there's only one more. We got the Young Witch. This is the Young Witch. It's a 4-cost attack action. Plus 2 cards, discard 2 cards. Each other player may reveal a Bane card from their hand. If they don't, they gain a curse. Setup. Add an extra kingdom card pile costing 2 or 3 to the supply. Cards from that pile are Bane cards. Aha. So you're going to add an extra kingdom card that costs either 2 or 3 to the supply. And these are considered the Bane cards. So when this is played, each other player is going to reveal one of those kingdom cards that are Bane cards from their hand. If they don't, they're going to gain a curse. Alright, let's see. This card causes there to be an extra pile in the supply called the Bane pile. The extra pile is just like any other kingdom pile. It can be bought, it can be gained by cards like Horns of Plenty. It counts at the end of the game conditions. When you play Young Witch, you may draw 2 cards and discard 2 cards. Each other player may reveal a Bane card from their hand. Each player does not gains a curse. This attack hits other players in turn order, which matters when the curse pile is low. Players may respond to a Young Witch with reaction cards like Horse Trader or Moat, whose happen before Bane cards are revealed. So there you go. Interesting. The Young Witch. Excellent. So just 13 cards this time. Short and sweet for Cornucopia. And of course, like I said, if you're doing this, if you're buying the Cornucopia guilds, this is what you get for it. Nice big box with all the tokens and the setup matrix for your boards, all the cards, your special coffer boards, and extra cards ready to go. Alrighty, well, hopefully that'll give you a good idea about Cornucopia if it's something you might be interested in and to check out. So this is the 5th expansion, Cornucopia. Guilds is the 8th, was the 8th expansion. So together they're going to add 26 new cards, as each of the expansions are going to add 13 new kingdom cards to the pile. And of course, just like all the other ones, if you have guilds and Cornucopia, if you want to play with them, or if you want to use guilds, Cornucopia and Dominion, different setups, cards, combinations. So there you go. That is a look at Cornucopia. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys liked it. And if you did, let me know. Otherwise, we'll see you all in the next episode. Till then, take care, guys.